You actually said something very important. I don't know if I remember it exactly, but it was something like, as long as there's an I had to know that it's self-realized, then, well, actually that I that knows, that is, of course, then ego.
Yeah.
But I think this is actually a problem that is going on with a lot of people that are claiming to be self-realized.
This isn't a new problem. There have been people claiming to be in some elevated spiritual state, whether they call it self-realization or whatever they call it. There are always people who like to claim to be in some special spiritual state, because then other people will come and admire them and worship them and give them money and support them and all these things. So this is all humbug.
But also people can sincerely believe that they are
Yes,
liberated.
they do.
I mean,
they do.
when
Often those who truly believe are actually more spiritually elevated than those who in whom they believe.
yeah, I can remember when I was start walking this path, there was a moment that I really became aware of the seer that was seeing.
Yes.
And at that time, I had the understanding that I had at that time, and I really believed, oh, I'm self-realized, because for me that was a huge discovery in that way, and I sincerely believed, oh, this is it. And then many times later, something happened in my life, and I realized, oh, wait a minute, this is not self-realization. This is ego that is aware, a subject that is still aware of objects, and this is the essence of duality. So I can understand the sincere belief or experience.
Many people, I'm sure, they genuinely believe, but because they've got no idea what self-realization actually is.
So if you would say, what is real self-realization? What if you could say it in 1 or 2 sentences? What would it be?
Annihilation of ego.
Yeah, which means?
Which means, so long as we are aware of anything other than ourselves, so long as we are aware of multiplicity, so long as we are aware of distinctions, otherness, differences, we who are aware of that are ego.
Yes. Yeah. And that also contains time, space, changes.
Yes. So long as we're aware of time, so long as we're aware of space, so long as we're aware of anything changing, it's anything appearing and disappearing.
3 states,
Waking, dream, and sleep, yes, all these things. All this, it only exists in the view of ego.
Yeah.
There are some people who say, oh, I don't experience any of these things. Some people say that, or some people say, I experience these things, I experience everything as the self. These people are just, well, they're fooling themselves first and attempting to fool others also.
Yeah, because I mean, the ultimate hypnosis is being, I am this body. So you can also hypnotize yourself believing I am seeing everything as myself, and that actually believing that is the truth and reality.
The I who says that is the I who is identified with the body. So it's...
Okay, well, I was inspired by this question to do that follow-up question about it, because I seem to, on Facebook, for example, I'm quite surprised how many people there are claiming to be self-realized.
Yes.
And it's very interesting.
Oh, yes, there are lots of them. There's never any shortage of... like they used to say when children are playing, too many chiefs and not enough Indians. Everyone wants to be a chief, nobody wants to be the Indian. Like, you know, in the, when children used to play cowboys and Indians and that sort of thing. So yes, it's much nicer to be self-reliant. It's much nicer to be a guru than to be a spiritual aspirant. It's much easier to be a guru, not a real guru. I mean, this sort of guru.
Yeah. But I can see how that can be a sincere misunderstanding that actually seems like a real experience.
Yes.
And self-realization is not an experience.
No, it's the death of the experiencer.
Yes. Well, thank you. Sean, we talked about this. Is there something you want to follow up here?
I was a little bit curious if you might even consider it like a stage on the path, because you come across it so often that people think they're self-realized. It's so common, I almost wonder if it's like, well, eventually they'll figure out they're mistaken, but
yeah, life will remind them, and if life doesn't remind them, death will remind them.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all will continue receiving blows. Inevitably, we all receive blows until the ego is completely annihilated.